Okay, this is 13th Sig Test. Find the equation of a line that goes through 2 points, or through the point and perpendicular. So first, I need to find the slope. Slope is 5 over 2. I divide by 2 on each side. And that tells me the slope. I don't know the y-intercept, so I plug in the x and the y and solve. And that's the equation I get. Remember, when it's perpendicular lines, slope is the opposite reciprocal. So opposite, if it's positive, then you change it to negative, and reciprocal means flip the fraction over. Parallel is the easy one because it's just the same slope. So you look for the slope, divide by 3, and you get 3. So that's my slope. I don't know the y-intercept, so I plug in my x and my y, and I solve. Always look for a common factor first when you're factoring. So common factor in each one of these is 3x. So 3x times x is 3x squared. 12x divided by 3x is 4. So you can divide them or just look at, hey, what multiplies together to be that guy? This is the easy factoring. There's a 1 in front of the x squared, so that's our little trick. Two numbers multiply together to be negative 20 and add together to be 1x. So that would be 5 and negative 4. Difference of two squares. I have a perfect square and a perfect square. And they're being subtracted. That's the difference of two squares. So 6x, 7 and 7. It's the harder factoring. Some of you can do it in your head. If you can't, 5x squared, negative 6. Two numbers multiply together to be negative 30x squared. So two numbers multiply together to be that guy. We'll go here and here. But they also have to add together to be negative 29. So negative 30x and 1x. 5x is the common factor for those two. X is the common factor here. X times what is that guy? 5x times what is that guy? And that's how I get my factors. Always look for a common factor first. There's a 2x in each one of those. So you can think to yourself, divide that by 2x, divide that one by 2x, divide that one by 2x. So if you do that sort of thing, it would be 2x squared divided by 2x is just plain old x. And 2x divided by 2x is 1. So then I just need to factor this part now. You can make a little generic rectangle, or some of you can just do it in your head. 2x squared, negative 1. 2x squared, negative. Two numbers multiply together to be that guy. Add together to be that one. Remember, there's always a 1 in front of the x. So 2x and negative x. 2x, x. 2x times what is 2x? Plus 1. That's how I got that guy. X times what is negative x? Negative 1. All right. Two numbers. Oh, I am finding the roots. That's the x-intercepts. So x-intercept always has a y as 0. Plug in 0 for y. Then you factor to solve. Negative 12 plus 12 is 0. 0 times that is 0. So that one works. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. 0 times that would be 0. So those are my x-intercepts. And the y-intercept, you know x is 0. Plug in 0, 0, you get 12. Draw your parabola. Now we're just going in reverse. I know the x-intercept is at 2. So that would be the opposite. So it's x minus 2. 5, 0. So I plug in x minus 5. Since that's a 5, these are the opposites. Then I just multiply that together to get here. Solve for x. So since there's an x squared and an x, I factor, and then I get my two answers. Put it equal to 0. by subtracting 45 from each side. Factor. There's my two answers. A lot of people did really well on this one. That was good. Factor this guy. And then what makes this guy 0? I subtract the 3, divide by 2. Add the 4 over. Quadratic formula. First it has to equal 0. Negative b, but it's already negative. B squared. 4 minus 4 times a times c. There's a and there's c. Negative times a negative makes this an addition, so it's 100 plus 120 gives me 220. And then I just go 10 plus the square root of 220. It equals, and then divide by 4. And you would get this one. And I go 10 minus the square root of 220. It equals, then divided by 4. I get that one. And after you plug it all in this one, you should get a negative 95. Negative 95. You can't take the square root of negative. And that leaves you no solution.